Hey guys, what's up? It's Colton, Lindsay. How would you like to be able to avoid these 5 mistakes in your listing presentation? Well, stay tuned because I'm about to share with you the 5 key mistakes that you got to learn to avoid immediately in order to increase your revenue in your sales business. If you're watching this live, drop an L in the comments. If you're one of the replayers, make sure that you click on that replay as well. And if you're on my YouTube channel, make sure to turn on the notifications and subscribe now. Listen, here's number 1. The number 1 biggest mistake that agents are making today when it comes to their listing presentation is they're not meeting with real sellers. They're meeting with gamblers. They're not meeting with qualified people that have a motivation and a reason to move. Let me give you an example. Reason to move is because I have a job transfer to Chicago and I've got to be there by April 1st. That's motivation. That's a real seller. I'm moving. I'm selling my house. Here's an example of a gambler. If I can get this amount of money so that I can build a bigger house, then I sell. If I can't get that money, then we're just going to hang here. So you've got to be able to identify, is this a qualified seller or is it not? So that's mistake number 1. Meeting with people that aren't even real sellers. You're wasting your time. Mistake number 2 is not having a flexible yet canned listing presentation. Biggest mistake I see realtors doing today is they go into their presentation doing one of 2 things. They either A, wing it, they just make some shit up as they go, or worse, the worst thing they can do is they actually turn on a video presentation on their iPad. They're not communicating face to face. When you do that, you begin to become another product that's based on price. And so if someone else is cheaper than you, they'll hire that other agent. We're doing $20,000 big sales here. People are making big purchases by hiring your service. So you got to get great at asking questions, and that's where the flexibility comes into place. And if you guys are fearless agents, you know that one of the most powerful parts of your presentations are your fear of loss questions. So if you get flexible and amazing at asking those questions, yet you have a canned series, a context, a system, a template to follow, you will nail almost all of your listing presentations to get signed contracts and make way more money. So give me some thumbs up if you're cool with that. Now, the third mistake is that you're just not asking enough questions. This is a follow-up from the second mistake. When you get into the fear of loss questions is you get stuck not digging deep enough with your emotions. What you got to be able to really do is, well, let me ask, what would happen if you were unable to sell your house and move to Chicago for the job transfer? Oh, you're going to go no matter what, so you would end up having to leave your family here while you go and wait for the house to sell. Is that what I understand? Ouch, we definitely don't want that to happen. I can make sure we get this home sold and that doesn't happen. So let me ask, what would that do to your plans? If you're in Chicago and your family's here while you have to sell your house, what would that do? I would make it harder on the situation for your kids. Okay, but you guys get the point now. I don't need to go much further, but the thing is you gotta be able to keep asking questions that really push that button and really ignite their motivation. Okay, so get great at asking questions. That's the third mistake that agents don't do is they don't ask enough questions. They don't even ask enough great questions. The fourth one is that they don't have a pricing strategy. When they go into it, they just show them some comps and they just paint it out. Now, way to think about this. When you were a little kid, did you like to be showed something? Did you like to be showed how to do stuff? Or did you like to discover it on your own? Well, that's exactly why the Fearless Agent pricing strategy is set up to convey it in such a story that they discover it on their own. It becomes my own great idea. You want to implant in your customers' minds that it's their idea and you agree with their idea. And when you get great at illustrating that through a great pricing strategy like the Fearless Agent pricing strategy, it's a no-brainer. Everyone would want to work with you. The fifth thing is that you don't ask for the signature, right? This is like probably the biggest thing that I see agents failing for, and they don't say, in a nutshell, this is my philosophy to sell your house for top dollars. Is definitely what you're looking for? It is? Awesome. Here's the pen. I need you. Boom, right here. Literally, you've got to be able to put the pen in front of them, give it, put it in their hand, and ask them to sign the paper. If you're not doing that, what are the odds that they're going to ask for the pen and sign? It's not very high. And in fact, if you're working with a for sale by owner and expired, you might have to ask and give them the pen 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times. I remember one for sale by owner when I was early into my career, and I was just super gung-ho. I was going to do everything I could to get this contract signed. I was the 8th agent to meet. I ended up actually closing for the signature 7 different times, right? Now that was with for sale by owner. with them. But when it comes to referrals or cold calls or sphere of influence, things like that, it's going to be much easier. But you do still have to have the ability to give them the pen. That's the fifth mistake I see agents making, is they just don't give them the pen. Now, if this is creating value for you guys, put a yes in the comments below. Also make sure to ask questions, because I will be answering them in future videos as well. You guys ready for one more bonus? Give me some reactions. I know you're watching live. I see a bunch of on here. Give me some reactions if you want to hear the bonus one. And make sure to drop an L in the comments if you're one of the live watchers, or an R if you're a replayer. And if you're on my YouTube channel, make sure to turn on your notifications for these videos. So here it is. The number one biggest mistake that I believe realtors are making today is they don't bring enough enthusiasm. They have a lack of energy and emotion. Think about this. Do you want to be hanging out with the person that's like, hey guys, any questions? Okay, in a nutshell, this is my philosophy to sell your house. Is this definitely what you're looking for? Or, in a nutshell, this is my philosophy to sell your house for top dollar. Is this definitely what you're looking for? You got to be able to bring that enthusiasm every step of the way, even when you don't feel like it. And if you go back to one of my all-time How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling, Frank Betchker in the 50s, he wrote, in order to be enthusiastic, you must act enthusiastic. And as coach and trainer, mentor Bob Leffler always says, is you've got to be able to act yourself into the right way of thinking. So if you want more enthusiasm, act enthusiasm. When you bring the enthusiasm, your customers will be excited and they will sign the contract. They will be so excited, they will beg to work with you and tell all their friends about you, and you will become the god of real estate. So if you're down with that, make sure you avoid these 5 mistakes plus the bonus mistake I just shared with you. Make sure to drop it down in the comments if you were live, and R if you're a replayer. Subscribe if you're on my YouTube channel, and turn on those notifications so that you know they're coming for you each and every time we bring these live streams inside of the Fearless Agent Facebook group. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Here's what I mean by that. How often do you find yourself saying, I'm going to start at 8 a.m. and for whatever reason you find shit to do till 9 before you make your first phone call? And as you start making your phone calls,